Sweet moss. Oh. Sweet moss. I can go no further. Oh. Oh, I die for lack of food. You lie down and measure out my grave. Oh. Oh, farewell, my picture.
Why, how now, Adam? Your grace are hearten thee.
Oh.
Live a little, comfort a little, cheer thyself a little.
If this uncouth forest yield anything savage, I'll either be food for it, or bring it for food to thee. Thy conceit is narrow death from thy powers. For my sake, be comfortable. Hold death a while to the arm's end. My heel be with thee quickly. If I bring thee not something to eat, I will give thee leave to die. But if thou diest before I come, thou art a mocker of my labour.
Well said.
Jerry, yet thou liest in the bleak air. Come, I'll bear thee to some shelter, and thou shalt not die for lack of a dinner. Cheerly good, Adam.
My Lord Jaques! My Lord Jaques!
I think he be transformed into a beast, for I can nowhere find him like a man.
My lord, he has gone hence, he was merry hearing a song.
If he, compacted jars grow musical, we shall shortly have discord in the spheres. Go seek him and tell him I would speak with him.
My lord, he saves his labour by his own approach.
My Lord Jaques, what world is this, that your friends must woo your company? What? You look merrily.
A fool! A fool! I met a fool in the forest. A motley fool. A miserable world. As I do live by food, I met a fool who laid him down and bussed him in the sun and railed on Lady Fortune in good terms. In good set terms. And yet a motley fool. Good morrow, fool, quoth I. No, sir, quoth he. Call me not fool, till heaven hath sent me fortune. And then he drew a dial from his poke, and looking on it with lacklustre eye, says very wisely, "It is 10 o'clock. Thus we may see," quoth he, "how the world wags. 'Tis but an hour ago since it was 9, and after 1 hour more 'twill be 11. And so, from hour to hour we ripe and ripe, and then from ore to ore we rot and rot." And thereby hangs the tale. When I did hear the motley fool thus moral on the time, my lungs began to crow like Chanticleer, that fools should be so deep contemplative. And I did laugh, sans intermission, an hour by his dial. Oh, noble fool, a worthy fool, motley's the only wear.
And what fool is this, huh?
A worthy fool.
Oh, yes.
One that had been a courtier, and says, if ladies be but young and fair, they have the gift to know it. And in his brain, which is as dry as the remainder biscuit after a voyage, he has strange places, crammed with observation, the which he vents in mangled forms. Oh, that I were a fool. I am ambitious for a motley coat.
Thou shalt have one.
It is my only suit, provided that you weed your better judgments of all opinion that grows rank in them, and I am wise. Invest me in my motley. Give me leave to speak my mind, and I will through and through cleanse the foul body of the infected world. If they will patiently receive my medicine.
Fie on thee, I can tell what thou wouldst do.
What for a counter would I do it good?
Most mischievous foul sin, in chiding sin, for thou thyself hast been a libertine, as sensual as the brutish sting itself, and all the embossed sores and headed evils that thou thyself with license of free foot hast caught, wouldst thou now disgorge upon the general world? Ha.
Why? Who cries out on pride that can therein tax any private party? Doth it not flow as hugely as the sea, till that the very weary means do ebb? What woman in the city do I name when I say the city woman bears the cost of princes on worthy shoulders? Who could come in and say that I mean her, when such a one as she, such as her neighbour? Or what is he of basest function that says his bravery is not on my cost, thinking that I mean him, but therein suits his folly to the metal of my speech? There then, how then? What then? Let me see wherein my tongue hath wronged him. If we do him right, then he hath wronged himself. If he be free, why then my taxing like a wild goose flies unclaimed of any man. But who come here?
Forbear and eat no more,
Why, I've had none yet.
nor shalt not till necessity be served.
What kind should this cock come off?
Art thou thus boldened, young man, by thy distress, or else a rude despiser of good manners, that in civility thou seemest so empty?
Touched my vein at first. The thorny point of bare distress have ta'en from me the show of smooth civility. Yes, am I inland bred and no son nurture, but forbear, I say, he dies that touches any of this brute till I and my affairs are answered.
And you will not be answered with reason. I must die.
What would you have? Your gentleness shall force more than your force move us to gentleness.
I almost die for food, and let me have it.
Then sit, and be welcome at our table.
Speak you so gently. Pardon me, I pray you, I thought that all things had been savage here. Therefore put I on the countenance of stern commandment. For whate'er you are that in this desert inaccessible, under the shade of melancholy boughs, loose and neglect the creeping owls of time. If ever you have looked on better days, if ever been where bells have knolled to church, if ever sat at any good man's feast, and if ever from your eyelids wiped a tear, and know what 'tis to pity and to be pitied, let gentleness my strong enforcement be, in which hope I blush and hide my sword.
True it is, but we have seen better days, huh? Now, with holy bell been knolled to church, and have sat at good men's feasts and wiped our eyes with tears that sacred pity hath engendered. And therefore, sit you down, and be welcome at our table, and take what help is at our command, that to your wanting may be ministered.
I thank you, and pray you tell me this. There is a poor old man in the forest who after me hath many weary step limped in pure love. Till he be first sufficed, oppressed by two weak evils, age and hunger, I shall not touch of it.
But go seek him out, and we shall touch nothing till you return.
Thank you, and pray you...
Go.
Thank you.
Find him.
You see? We are not alone unhappy. This wide and universal theatre has in it more woeful pageants than this the scene wherein we play in.
All the world's a stage. And all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant,
Mewling and puking in the nurse's arms.
and then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face,
Creeping like snail unwillingly to school.
and then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful dowad made to his mistress' eyebrow. And then the soldier, full of strange oaths of the bearded like the pard, jealous in honour, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly, with good cape and line,
With eyes severe and beard of formal cut.
full of straight wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon. The spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful hose, well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank. And his big manly voice turning again toward childish treble. Pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans every